Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining this online forum today. My name is Kristjan Piirsalu. I'm the Chief Procurement Officer of RB Rail and will be taking you through the main achievements of the past year, as well as how we plan to go forward. Over the past year, we undertook continuous improvement in supply market communication through market research and supplier meetings. Communication with suppliers was also conducted through the studies related to energy subsystems, CCS study, and infrastructure materials and components. We signed 6 design and design supervision contracts in 2019, followed by further 3 contracts in Q1 this year. As a standard on all main tenders, we now offer our tenderers feedback sessions, and we aim to continuously improve the conditions in our procurement packages. Additionally, we simplified administrative tenders, applying the principles of organize and let go. We aim to procure regular administrative services for 2-3 years instead of re-procuring each year. We also brought in procurement procedures with negotiations, adding more clarity and improving proposals by applying negotiations. At the start of last year, our new procurement policy came into force, standardizing procurement practices further and bringing us closer together with stakeholders. All of this was achieved whilst being subject to several audits throughout the year. To look further into the design and design supervision, we had 9 procurement packages covering 74% of the Rail Baltica main line. Across all these procurement packages, we received a total of 39 proposals from 16 tenderers, with the resulting contracts totaling to a value of almost 90 million euros for all the contracts, the 9 contracts together. In summary, for the design and design supervision procurement procedures, we achieved a healthy international competition, and applying a transparent approach as per our standard procurement practice, we achieved contract signing without claims. The statistics across these 9 packages shows that the average winning price per kilometre is just under 150,000 euros, whilst the average price per kilometre across all tenders was approximately 186,000 euros. Out of this, the majority is made up by the design services, constituting an average of 136,000 euros per kilometre across all winning prices, plus a much smaller amount of 12,000 euros per kilometre for design supervision services. This statistics shows a competitive design market in relation with the Rail Baltica project. Please feel free also to take a look at the statistics provided in these slides in more detail from our website following this online event, where the slides will be available as well. Overall, in 2019, RB Rail launched 25 tenders, whereas an additional number of 11 tenders, including 7 design tenders, were continuing from the previous year. In 2019, RB Rail signed 30 contracts, plus an additional 36 commission contracts under framework agreements, noting that these values exclude other small value tenders below 10,000 euro thresholds. Now, let us take a look at how we plan to move forward in 2020. First, I would like to briefly show you the main tenders for the Rail Baltica project, including the main tenders planned by the implementing bodies in each of the Baltic countries. Under the main design, studies and reviews tenders, RB Rail is currently completing the procurement procedures for design, review and expertise services in Estonia and Lithuania, with the Latvian part to be published soon as well. Also, the NOBO tender is nearing completion, whilst ASBO and ISA services are coming later this year. The Energy Subsystem Engineering Services tender has been launched just recently and is awaiting applications. Additionally, RB Rail plans to tender CCS engineering services and shadow operator services this year. In Estonia, the main services tenders are related to Muuga, such as spatial planning, freight terminal, and ERTMS related tenders, for instance. There are also rolling stock depot, maintenance depots, and freight terminals related tenders planned for this year. In Latvia, the main service related tenders are the technical supervision of Riga Airport Railway Terminal construction related items. In Lithuania, technical supervision and territorial planning tenders are planned as well. As to construction and supplies, RB Rail plans to start consolidated material sourcing this year. In Estonia, there will be construction tenders related to Rail Baltica road viaducts, high voltage power line crossings, and gas pipeline reconstruction. In Latvia, currently, the Riga Airport Railway Terminal and related infrastructure construction tender is ongoing, and there will also be tenders related to Riga Railway Central section, which is the main line section that is going through Riga. In Lithuania, it is being planned to launch mainline and embankment tenders focusing on the Kaunas-Panevėžys section, as well as bridge and access roads construction. With regards to other activities, please note that strategy and commercialization and the global project marketing strategy tenders are planned for 2020. The expert services framework tender has been launched just this week, including 19 lots for the provision of different expertise. Procurement support services and asset register tenders will also be coming out soon. The total estimated value of launched procurement procedures in 2020 comes to approximately 788 million euros, and you can also see the split per countries and implementing bodies in this slide. Please keep in mind also that the national implementing bodies in Estonia and Lithuania undertake procurement procedures in their respective national e-procurement systems. The procurement plan is available on our website, and the link is also provided at the bottom of this slide. What procurement topics will RB Rail as a joint venture focus on in 2020? Let us take a closer look. We are currently working on the construction procurement strategy, as well as the consolidated materials and components strategy. These will be followed by the respective procurement templates where the work is already ongoing. According to our best knowledge today, we intend to apply improved pricing mechanisms and red finning conditions. This work is progressing already, and we are in liaison with our key stakeholders as well on these significant topics. We also intend to update our procurement policy this year, the common procurement standards and guidelines, as well as to complete a review of our procurement practices and processes which we have started earlier this year. Something that we feel our duty as well is improving the business culture, and here we want for contracting authorities to become closer to the contracting partners for improving information flow and to be able to take action quickly where needed. This means also improvements in applying common risk management versus traditional finger pointing at the contractor. On the planning side, we have deployed Primavera P6 and are also deploying it for procurement planning going forward. We intend to go ahead full steam with our plans to implement the project as you can see. From the lessons learned, I would like to also give some main tips to any suppliers who intend to participate in our tenders going forward. As our practice is e-tendering, for anyone who wants to take part in RBO's tenders, first of all, please make sure that you register on the Latvian e-procurement system. Information on how to access and how to register on this e-procurement system is also provided on this project website that we have. Please make sure that after uploading your tender, you submit it as well, because we have had unfortunate cases where tenderers have prepared their tender and uploaded but have not submitted it for technical reasons. Please carefully manage the deadlines and provide attention to the requirements that have been stipulated in the tender documents, which are intended to ensure that tenderers understand what is required for submitting a compliant proposal. Ideally, we would like to receive only compliant proposals, and therefore we are very keen also to provide any clarifications that are requested. But please provide any questions related to tender documents or extension requests early enough so that our procurement commissions have sufficient time left to address them. If you haven't already, then please familiarize yourself with the procurement policy available on the project website. In order to get timely information on tender publications, please feel free to enroll on the procurement newsletter. There are two newsletters available on our website, the general newsletter and the procurement newsletter, which can be found under the procurement tab. As a final part in my presentation today, please let me tell you about the procurement-related supply surveys planned for this year. Just last week, we have launched the annual supply survey, which was communicated through our newsletter, and it is also available from our website under the procurement tab and under tenders. The survey is currently open. Please feel free to take part and provide your feedback on RB Rail's procurement practice. We would be very glad to receive it. In addition to the currently ongoing supplier survey, we are planning to also undertake a current market outlook survey, as we're keen to get further, more specific market feedback in relation with the current crisis resulting from the unfortunate COVID-19 pandemic, which we expect will give us a valuable input for planning the future tender requirements if we get good feedback from this survey. Last but not least, we plan to implement an after-tender questionnaire that would be seen to participating tenderers after the completion of a procurement exercise. So we would provide this questionnaire as a standard questionnaire to the suppliers that have participated in our tenders following the completion of the procurement exercise. Our aim is that this will help us to obtain good first-hand feedback and further improve the communications with the supplier market. There is a lot of work ahead of us in the procurement field, and further developments are coming, so please keep informed through the various communication channels. And in case you have any questions, do not hesitate, of course, to get in touch with us. This concludes my presentation today. Thank you for watching and listening, and I wish you a very safe and healthy spring. Thank you.